And from the people who brought you, the infamous, I fell through the ground to the wasps, and I was laying under the bed, I saw everything. Everybody in these animated stories are always seeing everything. And like, once you've seen everything, is there anything left to see? I don't think so, but who could forget? I pet my own shark, I pet my own shark, I pet my own shark. Well, she pets her own shark. That's a good one. Maybe we'll watch that after, but for now we're focusing on the only boy in girls' prison. That's a ripped dude wearing a wife beater. So like, did he go to prison too?
I'm Marcus, I'm 23, and I've always been surrounded by girls.
Marcus, I'm sorry, but clickbait, you're not the guy in the thumbnail. And you seem to be introducing yourself as the guy in the thumbnail. Okay, so you were always surrounded by girls.
After all, I'm a security guard in the woman's state prison, and every day I am surrounded by several hundred women with different stories.
I mean, well, that makes sense. Okay, I thought that for some reason he was sent to an all-girls prison, and I was like, I just don't think they would ever make that exception.
I ended up falling in love with one of them.
Okay, you're the worst prison guard ever. Like, I hope something bad happens to you because you are the worst ever.
It was my first day on the job.
Uh-huh.
My partner had been making scathing jabs about my appearance, calling me Justin Bieber.
The dude in the thumbnail is this big ripped dude, and now this is a skinny dude with lighter hair who's being called Justin Bieber. Like, is this prepubescent Justin Bieber? Is this now Justin Bieber? Either way, they both look like little girls to me, so like, why would he be a prison guard? It's not adding up.
So that I wouldn't even think about making eyes at anyone.
You're ugly. Why would calling somebody ugly make them less likely to hit on the girls in prison? If anything, it would make him feel more like, oh, well, nobody wants me, so I'm gonna try to lure in this woman who's in jail for a double homicide.
Any relationship with prisoners was forbidden, but I already knew that.
And then what did you do?
I was sent to recount all the prisoners in Block A.
And you had to do the whole prison? What kind of gigantic prison hires Justin Bieber to be the only prison guard, except for that old man?
All the prisoners lined up in front of their beds and were checking out the newbie.
Oh.
Most of all that day, I remembered two of them. The first put a hand on my shoulder and winked slightly with her one good eye.
Okay, so if this was me, I would take out the old baton. No, I wouldn't do that. But like, how is she able to touch him? These girls must really have their way with this guy because like, he does not seem fit to be a prison guard.
I told her to get back immediately, but I said it so timidly that internally I scolded myself for showing weakness.
Yeah, I'd laugh at him too. Look at Daddy Longlegs here. Why is he wearing a vest? Why does he look like a park guard? It's like, hey, you shouldn't be having a picnic out there. Like, this guy doesn't look like a prison guard at all.
By the end of the rounds, I had completely forgotten about it, because in the last cell, I saw Loris.
Loris, what a name.
If I had met her in ordinary life, I would have definitely asked her out.
You like her, you just saw her, she's in prison. We don't know what she's in prison for. Maybe ask that next.
The next day, I saw her in the hallway.
Saw her?
She smiled at me, and I involuntarily smiled back. Then I became angry with myself.
Yeah, I'm angry with you too. Like, you're so annoying. I literally hate this guy, and I don't believe him.
I tried to not even look at her and even avoided her.
But it's your job to keep the prison safe, and you're like avoiding this cute girl? Oh!
Gradually, it became a habit. We would smile at each other when no one was looking.
Why is he saluting? Why is he... Like, no wonder people think he's an idiot. Well, no one's actually said he's an idiot, only I have.
During room inspections, I secretly began leaving little surprises for her.
What? That is so unfair to the other prisoners. Because you like her?
We managed to meet in the courtyard behind the church and talk privately for about 5 minutes. Soon I caught myself thinking that I was only coming back to work for these encounters.
You're literally the worst and you should be fired. And I hate you.
Loris told me that she often spent time in the library in the mornings and that there was almost never anyone else around.
I hope she like bops him on the head, takes his key, and escapes. I hope that she's just been using him this entire time because that would totally be me too. I'd be like, oh, Justin Bieber. What's that I smell? Oh, that's weakness. Ooh, we love weakness. And I would totally be doing the same thing.
I stopped for the best donuts in the city and delicious coffee. I knew that she had been longing for those even more than Big Macs or pizza.
What? Ah! They're literally eating some Krispy Kreme and some Starbucks. How did he get that in this jail?
It was the best breakfast she had had in a year. One day, she asked me to send her a postcard. On my day off, I chose the cutest one I could find and wrote that I couldn't wait for the day when I could give it to her in person. I signed the card with my initials in reverse order and sent it without a return address.
Okay, yeah, you think you're real sneaky, don't ya? She's asking for a postcard. She knows that she's got you wrapped around her little finger.
One day, I almost ruined everything. My partner, Flint, as usual, had begun poking fun at the prisoners.
Okay, these guys are like polar opposites. Like, these guys, neither of them should be involved in this job.
He mentioned Loris. I could barely restrain myself from making him take his words back. It's not easy for me to admit it, but sometimes I even thought about arranging for her to escape so that she no longer had to live in this dump with all these people.
Do you even know what she did? This is literally the most shallow guy in the history of mankind, and I'm hoping this blows up in his face so badly.
The worst happened.
What?
That day, we received an order to completely search every room. I searched Loris's bed. In a box under the bed, I found my postcard and couldn't help but smile. But
What
there
else
were
is it?
other cards too.
Oh!
More than 20, and all without a return address.
Oh, she's been doing it the whole time! You go, girl. You know what? Get them. They're idiots. Get them. Why not? This girl's probably eating donuts every single morning. I was wondering if she liked him back because, like, do you ever notice that, like, sometimes you, like, really like a boy in your class and then you, like, finish school and then you go to a bigger city and you realize that you only liked the boy in the class because he was, like, one of the only guys there? I was, like, worried that she actually liked him because he was the only option besides the crazy old man, but thankfully it looks like she's a little bit of a player.
I began comparing the initials of the names on those that were signed with the names of other wardens. I found more than 12 matches.
Oh! Work it, girl. Hustle. Do what you gotta do.
And I quit 2 weeks later.
It's literally your fault for not doing your job and for being so weak.
Now I'm looking for a job that I like and where I work with men. I just want to forget about Loris.
Ew. Am I supposed to feel things right now? Am I supposed to be like, oh my goodness, this poor guy, like, she was so bad. Oh, she's so evil. Like, no, sorry. This guy should have done his job. He didn't treat all of the prisoners equally. If he would have found, like, bad things in her cell, he probably would have hid them for her. Like, this guy was a danger to this prison, and she was just doing the best she could. While we're at it, not feeling sorry for this guy who literally played himself, let's check out this girl who cries diamonds.
My name is Gail.
Get right into
and
it.
I cry diamonds.
Yeah, you do. You cry diamonds. I believe you.
I would like to joke and say that with every tear I cry, I get richer, but alas, it only hurts. And the saddest thing is that, over time, I myself risk turning into stone.
Okay. I cry diamonds. I don't get richer from it, even though I'm crying diamonds. And if I keep crying diamonds, I'm gonna turn into stone. Yes, queen. Yeah.
Until 15 years old, I lived the life of an ordinary teenager, with the exception of my unusually clear blue eyes.
That's what happens to me too, honestly. I poop gold. It sucks. And if I keep doing it, I'm gonna turn into a tree. I gotta watch out for that.
When Dad was driving me to school, we had an accident. There were no serious injuries. A couple of cuts on my father, and a slight bruise to my head.
Okay, let me see. Can car accident cause crying diamonds? What are the side effects of a car accident? Headaches, neck, shoulder pain, crying diamonds. I knew it!
I woke up with a sharp pain in my right eye. I ran to the mirror and saw that something like a small white piece of glass was in it. With my mom's help, we took out a crystal with an irregular shape and sharp corners.
Ew, what if it was just glass from the crash?
Another 5 crystal tears.
Oh!
To our surprise, the ophthalmologist at the hospital knew the reason for the nightmare that was happening to me. I had a series of tests and was diagnosed. I have a type of nephropathic cystinosis. Sounds creepy, right? This is an extremely rare genetic disease when hexagonal crystals form in the cells of the bone marrow.
Okay, I'm gonna try to suspend my disbelief here. Tell me what happened.
But the unfortunate accident with my father spurred its sharp progression, and the cystine crystals that form in my eye, which are poorly soluble in water, threatened to deprive me of my vision. This wasn't the worst of it. Soon, we became convinced that crystal tears were only the first manifestation of a terrible disease.
Are they diamonds though? Because you could get pretty rich from that. Why are you calling them crystals? I saw on like one of those true story like TLC shows when I was little, like this girl actually cried glass. So this could be like the same thing, but this girl is saying diamonds.
They're formed literally everywhere, and I risked turning into stone. But an expensive operation and further therapy could save me. The money has already been raised, and I really hope that I will be able to beat this disease. And then, if I cry, it will be with joy that everything is in the past, and instead of pain, these tears will bring relief.
Oh my goodness, how inspiring. That's it? It's like I cried diamonds, but I might be okay. All right, see ya! Wow, okay, well, yeah. I mean, one guy's out here trying to live his best life and getting played by a prisoner, and this girl's out here crying diamonds. End of story, unknown. This is my life, my story, and I gotta say, pretty weird indeed. And also, what's with, like, I feel like all of these thumbnails, not all of them, but like a good portion of them seem to be like women getting hurt. Look at this one. I'm allergic to cold. I clicked on it, but dang. Oh, there's me. My mom and I got pregnant at the same time and she's biting the guy's hand. Okay, you know what? That's enough for one day. Sometimes with these animated stories, you find a really good one and it like opens you up to more animated stories. And then sometimes you see a bad one and you're just like, ugh! It's like a teeter-totter, you know? I keep going back and forth and I don't know what to think anymore. I hope you guys enjoyed this video though. If you'd like to see me again, make sure you hit push notifications and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!